Okay, so this is where we are starting. Look at all those split ends. I had the red, and now we're going in with the color oops first to try to get some of that red out. So here we are mixing it up. I couldn't get it open clearly, but we did it. We did it. And so I'm doing a burnt orange, which you will see at the end of this video. One goes into two on the color oops. And let me just tell you that this is like the worst thing I've ever smelled. I literally thought that this was like gonna smell better, because most of the time when you dye your hair, like all of the products usually actually smell pretty good, you know. This, however, did not. And so mix, 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 and then we're gonna section the hair and start putting it in. And I just kind of dabbed, like I squirted some in my hand, and then I was just kind of going through the hair. You see, there's my reaction to how bad it smelled. And so we got all of this reel in. I was very skeptical about this even working because I've never used it before. It just smells so awful. I remember I did the full-on process with this color oops, and then our next step was bleach. And then after that, we did a toner and then put the color in. So it was quite a process for me. I've never really done such an extensive process when I've dyed my hair. So we're gonna make sure the hair is fully saturated on the colored parts. So now here it is all in, and what I like to do is, I don't know if you should do this, but I usually put my hair up once the product is in with a couple hair clips or whatever I have. And if I need to, I will put a processing cap on. So putting the hair up now. And this is my official hair dyeing shirt. I used it last time I did my hair red. It didn't really get too dirty, but this time around with all the processes I did, by the end of the video, it looks a mess. It really does. Clip that. Okay, and then now we wait. I don't recall what I'm doing at this point. Oh, trying to get the... I was listening to music clearly, so... Vibing out. There goes my processing cap. I have like a whole pack of those. 20 minutes. So... that is me checking up to see where we are in the lightening process from the color oops. And it honestly did do what it was supposed to do. You can see a lot of that red got out, and it's very like dark blonde. And it really showed. There it is after I washed it out. It kind of worked. It's definitely not as red anymore, so I just thought it would work a little better. But then again, it doesn't have any like ammonia or bleach in it, so now I went ahead, and since my hair was already wet, I started to do a haircut. I would say more so a trim, and right there you can see that I already cut my some bangs. And I part my hair usually right down the middle, so I parted it down the middle first and made sure I had equal sections for my bangs. Then I was trying to pretty much layer my hair, make it a little less dense, I guess you want to say, a little less heavy, because it's usually pretty thick in my hair. So, and I knew it was going to be a little short because I had so many split ends. Like, it was just so damaged. So I had to really trust the process when I was cutting it, because I thought I was going to do this like super awesome haircut. And it wasn't a super awesome haircut, but like it worked to at least like get all of those split ends out. So I did the best I could do. Now we're going in with the Clairol BW2 powder bleach, and then the 30 volume developer, which is what I always use to get these, to get the most effectiveness out of the lightening process. And I did buy this pack of foils. I had such an issue trying to use these foils by myself. So after that first one, I gave up, and I was just like, whatever, my shirt's supposed to get dirty anyway, so I'm just gonna let it hang. And then you see what I'm saying? I just let it hang. I just let it sit on my shirt because I was like, whatever. And I really, really took a lot of time on the bleach. I definitely did all of the parts that had some color on it first, and then went back to do my roots after, just because I knew that bottom part needed to process probably a little longer, just because there is color already on there. The roots naturally tend to lighten pretty well for me when I use this. So, although only thing that happened here was that this part that I'm working on right now in the video, I got it so well lightened, and I was just so mad because I'm just like trying to use as much bleach as I could, but while also trying to preserve it, because I only bought 2 packets and then that huge bottle of 30, where by the end of this bleaching process, I definitely missed some parts in the back. Luckily, the way it came out, it blended pretty well with my hair, but like I would have liked for it to be like completely bleached and blended in, and it just didn't happen. But I'm not a professional, and I have been doing my hair for years and years and years and years. So once I had what I thought was fully saturated on the rest of the hair, I started going in with my roots to get all of that. But I was already running low at this point, so I didn't really get, like I said, the back part of it was never it's a little spotty back there, but it's okay. People don't really look at the back of my head often, I don't think, so it's all good in the neighborhood. Now, I thought because it had been so long that I had bleached my roots. It's been about, since September. September is when I did the last video for the red hair, and when I bleached then, it's been quite a while now, is all I'm trying to say. So, I thought it would hurt more on the, my scalp, because technically I get it, you're not supposed to bleach your scalp or whatever, but in order for me trying to do this process, I always end up getting the scalp, even if not on purpose, because I'm trying to make sure, because my roots grow back real fast, so I'm just trying to make sure I get everything. I did go towards the back quite a bit, as you can see here, but I guess I just didn't have enough bleach. So All right. Now, this is fully bleached to me only because I did not have any more. Processing cap is on. And here it is after I washed it out. There is still some red. There's still some spots, like I said, that I missed, but I didn't have any more money to go get any more bleach. Otherwise, I probably would have did a second round of bleach, but I just went ahead and went in with the Color Charm Wella T18 toner. And that stuff burned my head. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but my head felt like it was melting off of my head. You can see how uncomfortable my face looks right here because it immediately started burning. Yes, see right there. It immediately started burning. I was like, oh my God. And then I read the box after I got it applied right here, and it had to be in for 30 minutes. Well, I only took 20 minutes before I washed it out. So there it is, washed out. It did take away some of the brassiness that was there before. It kind of really, I think it blended everything better together. And so now I have Cajun Spice 56 in Adore and Sunrise Orange 38 in Adore. And so I mixed these two together because, like I said, I was going for a burnt orange. And when I mixed them together, I thought, you know, like this one I thought was really dark. It's more of a brownish, but it did, when I looked at the little, you know how they have like the hair sample sometimes on at the beauty supplies. When I looked at the little hair sample and even on the bottle, like it kind of shows you, I thought it was had some orange undertones, so I went ahead and did that. That Sunrise Orange looked real bright when I was squeezing out, so I was kind of glad that it was bright like that because the Cajun Spice really toned down the color. Like I think it mixed really well together. And of course, we will not even see, I always add a little tiny bit of developer too when I am getting ready to put my color in my hair. I think it just, for me, it takes better once it's all mixed through, especially if you think the color is too dark, which I kind of did, but like once I was stirring it up like this, it looked perfect. And then again, keep in mind that when you put that color on your hair, it's always going to come out, it's always going to look a little darker than what it actually is, because once it's dried and styled, it's going to show the true color of what it is, because wet hair always looks darker than what it actually is. So here I am applying the hair dye, and it was actually looking pretty good. Like I really started liking the color once I started applying it, which is good. Obviously, otherwise I would have wasted my time doing this. Took me about, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, I want to say. Make sure you section. And I take a little bit from every section and then I clip it back up. What I am grateful about is that this time I've never honestly used a toner in the past, so I don't even know how some of the hair that I've done has even taken so well. I mean, I think I'm just getting lucky because I've never, this is the first time I used a toner, but now that I've used it, I know that it really helped me out with this color. Because if you can see closely, after that bleach and toner, it does not look yellow. It looks like kind of like an ashy blonde, and that's really what you want to get. And even though this process did not take some of that red out, with the color choice that I went with, it actually canceled out some of that red, or it really blended it in. Even if it didn't cancel it out, it blended it in to where when you actually look at my hair, you don't really see a lot of the red because of how kind of bright those orange tones came out to be. And so I was getting some of that excess dye that I had in my bowl, just all around. I wanted to make sure it was fully saturated, because I know I didn't get all of the pieces of my hair how I wanted them to be. And then after this, I am going to apply a processing cap. And I left this in about, I want to say, an hour and a half or so. And this is the final look, styled. I love it, absolutely love it. And here is a picture, and we're ending this video. Thanks for watching.